Hey everyone, some of you might be asking where the fuck have I been? Doubtful you probably all forgot about me, but hey, I'm still here. I decided to upload because I'm bored, and I just haven't uploaded before this because, to be honest with you, it just got awkward. I was just talking to myself in this room, it drove me crazy, and I didn't pick it back up for a long time. But I'm gonna be telling the story of me getting walked in on in a hot box by the police, and this is an interesting one. So it all started out, I was at work and they kept me like an hour late. So I was kind of pissed and it really fucked up my plans with hanging out with my friends. So I finally get off and I told them just to go ahead and gas without me because fuck it, I'm not going to be able to come. So I get off of work and I have tip money. I'm like, all right, everyone want to meet back up and go smoke some weed. And that sounds like a move. So everyone was down, and I said it was on me. So I picked up I think around like 4 grams and we rolled like 4 blunts. And they were all fat blunts and we were just excited to smoke these bitches. We got 2 Dutch berry fusions and I believe 2 Dutch honeys. I know there are Dutches, I know that. Anyway, so here's all the characters who are going to take place in this story. My sister JC, Vicky, we'll call her Vicky. That's not a real name. And then Lamone, okay? I'm just making up these names, but yeah, okay. So Vicky is the driver. I'm in the right seat, and JC and Lamone are in the back. So we're heading over to the lake where we usually have been smoking at, and just for those who need any tips, do not smoke at the same place over and over. It's pretty obvious and we knew this, we just really couldn't think of any better spot. And the lake is nice because that's where everyone goes to dock their boats and the view's nice, so we can just gas and hotbox our car and not have to worry too much. No one really has said anything. 12 does roll through there every once in a while to check on it, but we didn't think it'd be a problem this night. I don't even believe it was the weekend. I'm pretty sure this was a weeknight. So this whole situation kind of surprised me. So all right, so we pull up to the lake, and we're ready to gas. We're rolling up. Me and Lamone are. We're getting the blunts rolled pretty good. We're excited as fuck, and we spark them up. We got these stickers, and this is a while ago. This has been like 3 or 4 months ago. This was before X died, but we got this this XX Tentacion and Morgan Freeman baby child mix thing sticker, and then we had a Dr. Phil sticker, and we're just putting it in our friend's car. Hopefully the audio just got better because that vent was loud as fuck. Anyway, so where was I? Oh yeah, the stickers. So we're putting the stickers on, and we started smoking. The car was really hotboxed at this point, and we're on our last blunt eventually. And we have about half a blunt left, and Spotlight points into the car, and this was pretty late at night. This is like 11 or 12 o'clock, and the spotlight points into our car, and I'm like, oh fuck. So I guess the cop gets out. At this point I couldn't really see what was going on. I was in the passenger seat, but he was kind of behind us, and I was looking to see what he was doing. He stuck his flashlight in, and then he goes up to the window and he screams at Vicky, roll the window down, or something like that, or where's the weed, something like that, right? Because it was obvious what was going down. It probably stunk too. So we rolled down the window, and all this smoke goes right in this cop's face. And this cop was a huge guy. He was probably about 6'3", 6'4". He was huge, and he was a heavy cop. He was a big dude, a really big dude. So I'm thinking, okay, it's not too big of a deal. All we have is fucking weed on us. We're gonna be okay. So he says, all right, get out of the car, to Vicky, and then he says, now I want you to get out of the car. And then he says to JC, now I want you to get out of the car. And Lamone's the only one left in the car. So then he goes, all right, now you get out of the car. And Lamone has to pull the chair up to get out of the car. So it's like a coupe, he has to fold the seats. So he reaches to fold the seat, and the cop yells at him. I can't remember what the cop said. I was really fried. And the cop said something like, don't be reaching, or something like that. And Lamone did not like that. He does not take much shit off of people. So when he got out of the car, he started screaming and cursing. I'm like, all right, we're all gonna get fucking fined tonight. I don't know, this cop could be a real asshole and just take us to jail for the night, which would suck. Not that he could do too much, but he could take us to jail overnight if he really wanted to. Although we didn't have much, but at least this is what I was thinking right now. The situation gets way worse. So I'm like, oh my god, Lamone, calm the fuck down. That's what me and Vicky are telling him to do. Calm the fuck down. So the cop says, all right, I'm gonna search your vehicle because it is obviously you've been smoking. And we're like, all right, we're cool with that. So I'm just thinking all there is weed. And he goes, is there anything you guys want to tell me before we search the vehicle? And we've talked about situations like this, and I've been in situations like this. And the best thing to do is when you have already been caught, just tell them where your shit is. There's no point to lie. He's gonna, like, if like it's obvious, it's already stinks. He's gonna look in there. There's just no point. So I was like, I don't know. Is there anything else in there? And Lamone goes, yeah, there's a scale in my bag. And I was like, oh fuck. So the cops, opening the bag, and for those who don't know, if you get caught with weed and a scale, you can get a tint to deal. And we didn't really have any weed left. We just had like the half blunt, and probably like I think Lamone had like half a gram on him or something. Like it wasn't much. So the cop he starts searching in the bag, and then he goes, "Whose gun is this?" And when he said that, I was like, what the fuck? I was super confused. Like, Lamone goes, what gun? Everyone's kind of confused. And he goes, don't what gun me? This cop, it was very pissed. I'm pretty sure he was a dad because of the way he talked to me. He was so disappointed, Anyways, so it turned out it was a BB gun, and I completely forgot he had that. And he goes, "Oh, it's a BB gun." So the cop, he put the gun back down and was not gonna touch it until backup came. So he starts talking on his walkie-talkie and says some shit, like I don't know, like they just say random numbers or some shit, some code. And then he tells my buddy Lamone to put his hands behind his back. So puts handcuffs on him. I didn't think he was gonna handcuff me, but then he says turn around and put your hands behind your back, and I'm like, are you kidding me? So then he handcuffs me, and then after that I said, you realize the only reason he handcuffed me is because he didn't want to be racist. So we all started laughing, like even the cop chuckled. Anyways, I forgot to mention, I thought this was kind of weird. When the cop searched us, usually, like, the cop will search your person. He never ended up searching our person. Like he never checked our pockets or anything like that, which I thought was kind of wild, because usually how this goes is when a cop, like, smells weed, especially when he sees, like, a bunch of smoke flow in his face, he's gonna search your person. He's gonna be like, is there anything in your pockets that can poke or stick me? And he's gonna search your person, and then he's gonna search your vehicle. We usually searches your person at some point, but this cop never ended up doing that, and I'll give back to that later. Keep that in mind. Anyways, so I was really nervous through this whole search because I was very afraid that Lamone might have a bar on him, and I really didn't want any of us to get a felony charge. So that would have really fucking sucked. I will eat a weed charge, it's not a big deal, but a fucking felony charge, and having the scale in there, he could have got us all with a felony if he really wanted to. But thank God he didn't do that. And I had tip money too, in my wallet, so it would have really looked like we were doing serves if they could have held that in court and made a big deal out of it. But most likely I'd get out of it because I don't really have any other charges except one. So he's waiting for backup to get here. It's kind of funny because I saw that cop the other day, like a few days ago, which is kind of funny. But the cop that came in for backup, two cops came in for backup. But the first one, he ends up, getting out of his car, and I say hi, and he goes, yes, son, yes, you are. And then, they all kind of surround us, and they pull Lamone aside. One of them does. The big cop pulls Lamone aside and starts talking to him, while the other 2 or 3 cops, I'm trying to remember how many there were. I think there was 2 or 3 cops besides the big one. Anyway, so they're all talking to us, and he's pretty much just shaming me, and I wasn't really paying attention. Like I was just really ignoring him. He said, like, does your mom want you to end up in jail? And I was like, yeah. I wasn't really paying attention, so I just said yeah. And he goes, oh, so she does want you to end up in jail? And I was like, no, what? What are you talking about? I was really confused. Like, it took me a minute to process what he had said, because I was just, like, in my own little bubble. And, so Lamone's pulled aside. I'm kind of wondering what they're saying to him. And I'm still handcuffed at this point, and so is he. And, what he ended up saying was... What the cop ended up saying to him was something like he wasn't mad about the weed, he doesn't really give a fuck about that, but what he really cared about was that that we were loitering on the lake, and he's seen us there a ton. So, like I said, be careful where you smoke. Try to juggle, like, find like 4 spots, and then just juggle those spots. Don't go to the same one over and over. That's what'll get you busted, because then it looks hot and sus. You know what I mean? So, anyways, the cop, I forgot to mention this earlier, but he told us that we weren't under arrest. We were just being detained. That's kind of important. Anyway, so we were just being detained as of now, and I thought we were probably not going to get arrested, but get a charge still. So I was just waiting to catch this charge. And anyway, so he calls our parents to come and get us because he tells us we can't drive, and we had completely forgot about that. And my buddy Lamone's like, I drive high all the time. I can drive. And the cop's like, what's wrong with you? And he goes, you know, they were kind of joking at this point. They were like making Cheech and Chong references and just shit like that. They were kind of like picking at us. They're just saying, "Damn, Lamone, you really look like a stoner," and like stuff like that. They're like, "This guy's fried. You're the most high out of all of them." That's what he was saying. He was kind of picking at him. And I'm really surprised he didn't get charged because he does have previous charges that really don't look good. And you know, so we ended up not getting charged. You know, he unhandcuffed us and we're waiting for our ride to get there. And, you know, everyone's going home. We're on our way home at this point. I ended up talking to the cop, shaking his hand. I was like, "Hey, man, thanks for being easy on us. I really didn't want to catch any charges tonight. I really appreciate that." You know, I shook his hand and he told me what a lot of cops have told me in the past, and that is, don't do stupid shit. Like that. We all end up going home. It's a pretty awkward car ride because my older sister had to pick us up and it was just awkward. So we were all pretty fried, you know, riding home. And I still had a good high somehow. I don't really know why. I was just kind of high and like I was kind of laughing and joking with my friends the whole time that the cop, after, you know, after the cop had dealt with us and talked to us, all the other cops started talking and we kind of went to our friend group and talked, and they were just waiting until our ride got there. And I even like went up to one of the cops, you know, he saw my ID and stuff and saw I was 17, but I know in my state, you don't have to be a certain age to smoke. So I was just smacking that thing in front of him and was talking to him about vapes because I saw he had one. And Lamone, he said, "I bet you won't do it, bro." So I did it. You know, I said, "Fuck it, man." And we were just smacking our vapes and talking. And anyways, you know how I was talking about how the cop didn't search our pockets? That night, I got a fucking Snapchat from Lamone, and he sent me a picture of him smoking the rest of the half of that blunt. So apparently he didn't check Lamone's pockets, and he would have found that fucking weed in there. And the cop had destroyed the fucking half a gram that Lamone had, and he told him not to fucking, you know, get it, not come back for this. And Lamone's like, "I'm not that much of a fucking fiend." So back to the car ride home. We ended up getting home. You know, I ended up smoking a little bit more and going to sleep. And it's the next day, and I had to take Vicky back to get her car. So I drive Vicky back over there, and legit the next day, like my car has a distinct exhaust. So I see Lamone run out from the woods with the blunt in his hand. And, you know, "I heard your car exhaust, man. What's up?" And I was like, "You're really gassing here again," legit the next day. You are a bold man, my friend. You are a bold man. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I thought it was a pretty funny story. I don't know. It's just really funny seeing that cop get a face full of weed. Like he was joking. He was like, "I think I might have got contact high." You know, they were cool guys. So I mean, fuck them at the same time because they were kind of assholes throughout the whole process until the end. But I think they realize that kids are going to be kids, and not every area is like that. But in my area, I've been caught doing a lot of stupid shit, and I don't have really any charges except one. So, you know, just be careful and, you know, have a good time, guys. And I hope you really enjoyed this video. I want to do some more videos on the on some acid trip stories. If you guys want to see that, let me know. Anyways, peace, dudes.